Well, today we're looking at the Super 7 range of Dune figures. So I picked up one of these while I was in America, Stilgar, and then recently Zavi have been doing some sell-off sales and things, and they were offering the entire set. I think it's 5 or 6 figures, might be 5. We'll see when we open it. For 20 quid. So I thought, well, not to be sneezed at, got to do that. And then it's turned up today, and it's actually turned up in a Super 7 stock box. So it's interesting to see that they came. So this is Dune, but this is Wave 1 Baron Harkonnen. So they came 6 to a box of single figures. So you presumably could order different figures in different amounts. So it's interesting, because when you get short figures, is that now the fault of the shop for their ordering system? Hold on. Someone wants to say hello. You right? It's on a stool of loveliness. Right, so I'm going to open this up. I've not opened it yet, so if there's an invoice in it, I will have to pop it out quickly. And before we look, got the original LJN figures that these are based on. I've only got a few of these, so I've got Sting, Stilgar, and a very, very young looking Coleman. So let's have a look, see what we got in here. So it looks like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5 figures. So there's 5 figures in a set. Let's pop that over there. So let's have a look. So yeah, so you got Paul Atreides, Paul as Muad'Dib. My betting is that Paul as Muad'Dib, the body is the same as Stilgar. You've got Stilgar, Sardaukar, and Baron Harkonnen. So not the same set as originally, because you've got Beast Raban, Baron Harkonnen, and the Sardaukar. So they've replaced Raban with Paul Muad'Dib. That's interesting. I wonder why they would do that. But yeah, I like this packaging. So they're all unpunched because it's straight from the stock box. So I really like these illustrations with the blue within blue eyes. Not sure why the Baron's got... Did he take spice? He didn't have blue eyes in the film. And certainly Paul Atreides, when he was in the Atreides uniform, didn't. But it's a nice effect. So look, the first one is the Baron, the floating fat man. It's actually quite a good likeness. I'll be able to compare some of these figures, but that does look like the actor. Some really nice details, some nice painting on these as well. There's a smaller scale, as you can see, so they're more 3 3/4 inch than the 5 inch that LJN used. Reaction to our Super 7. Oh look, they've got his pustules, and they have got his pustules on his face. I wonder, it's been good to get a stand with a floating mechanism. So we've got the Baron, and then we've got Paul Atreides. It's interesting. Pardon me. They've not given him the green uniform from the film. He's got like a black uniform on. And isn't it strange that the paint application on the LJN is actually better than the paint application on the newer Reaction, although they are trying to do sort of retro styling, and you get the sound weapon, the weirding module. Although I never, is the weirding module the bit that goes on the neck or the gun, or is it all in one? I did actually, there's a file on my Patreon if you want to 3D print your own version, because I drew one up. Not bad actually, I think mine was pretty spot on. It's interesting they put him in a black uniform. Doesn't quite look right. He's got black hair instead of brown, and the feature's not 100 miles away. Neither of them looks particularly like Carl McLachlan, but so that's quite a good one. And we've got the Sardaukar, I never liked their uniform in the David Lynch one. It's a tarple gun because it just doesn't look anything. I much prefer their description in the book, and I quite like in the TV miniseries that sort of very stylized big floppy hat. I thought that was not too bad. And again, the new Villeneuve film has gone with robotic suits, which I think is getting away from the fact that the Sardaukar are meant to be like just these gifted, super trained, hard warriors. And they're dangerous, even like say, even when they're naked, they're dangerous because they've got lots of hidden weapons and things. So the Sardaukar, you get a is that the Tarple gun or is that the other gun? No, there was a toy of that. You get that, a knife, little short knife, and a sort of rifle weapon. I'm not sure that rifle weapon. Yeah, that came with the original figure, didn't it? Which I haven't got. So there's the Sardaukar, and we've got Stilgar. So Stilgar in his still suit. So we can actually. This is the first one we can compare. No, second one we can compare, but we can. It's not a bad representation of it. Obviously, the limbs are slightly different. I think their still suit is slightly more detailed, and weirdly, the paint apps on this are better. And he has got blue eyes, which the original didn't have. I like that. It's a good figure. And you get a. I presume it's meant to be a maker hook, but it's tiny. As for a tiny worm. A great card back again there. So we've got Stilgar, you sit there mate, and then we've got Paul Muad'Dib. So let's have a look. Is it the same body? It is the same body, which I suppose makes sense. Pardon me. It does make sense. Blue eyes, which is good. Is it the same Paul head? Nope, slightly. No, it is the same one. They've just added a tube on. And is that tube moulded on? Yes. I thought they'd just painted it on for the moment. So, not a bad range at all. I mean, for 20 quid to get all of these, I thought it was a bargain, unpunched. It does mean I've got a spare Stilgar now, so I can open the other Stilgar when I find him at my collection and display him next to the LJN figures. One other thing that we'll just look at quickly, because it wouldn't really warrant a video on its own, is when I was in America, I went into Walmart and picked up a Dune book, and this is the official Dune colouring book, not based on either of the movie versions, but inspired by the original novel. And it's like an adult's colouring book. So you've got like their depiction of presumably Caladan. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. So you got the Reverend Mother, Gaius Helen Moheim. Oh, you got the Gom Jabbar sticking Brawl in the neck, as you do. There's Duke Leto. That's the Hunter Seeker. That's after they get to Arrakis. There's the Emperor. He's got a very silly helmet on. And there's obviously the Highliners. Oh, there's the Baron. He is very fat in that. There's something that didn't appear in the films was the Hidden Garden. That's presumably Arakeen. Gurney Halleck, full head of lovely hair. He has got a balisette like Patrick Stewart had. Oh, missed it. More of Arrakis. Lady Jessica. That's Duke Leto is biting down on the tooth that Dr. Yui gave him. There's the Baron just nipping out. Just off to the shops, lads. Ornithopter. The attack. Various scenes. We got a still suit. So the still suits are more tracksuits in this. Chani. That's Paul fighting Cat Weasel by the look of it. Moadib, the little mouse. They're pretty much illustrating. I mean, they're going to have to rush the rest of the film. Taking a walk of life earlier. It's very sword and sorcery illustrations, if you know what I mean. So the rest of the film, much like the 84 version, like the latter half of the film is in the final 5 minutes. That's very good. So yeah, I just saw that. It was 20% off. On a Target, not Walmart. Target. Don't know what year it came out. It's meant to be $17, but I didn't pay that for it. Yeah, so worth keeping an eye out for if you fancy colouring some stuff. If you want to see more Dune items, let me know. I've got quite a collection. Let me know if you've bought any of these figures, or if you've done any sort of super detailing on them, because they sort of cry out for that. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. We have a Patreon, Imar Models now. The link is in the description if you want to help us out that way. But thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye.